Standard 9th Economics, Chapter 4, Agriculture in Tamil Nadu. Introduction. Most of the people of Tamil Nadu depends on agriculture. Most of the people of Tamil Nadu depends on agriculture. During independence and even after 40 years of independence. During independence and even after 40 years of independence. The number of farmers in Tamil Nadu has got reduced. The number of farmers in Tamil Nadu have been reduced during the last 10 years. During the last 10 years according to 2011 census. The number of agricultural workers also reduced. Number of agricultural workers also reduced. The 2001 census, 49.3% out of total population of workers were involved in agriculture. More people were involved in agriculture. The percentage has reduced to 42.1 in the next 10 years. In 2011, there were 3 crore 29 lakh workers in Tamil Nadu. 3 crore 29 lakh workers in Tamil Nadu, of which 96 lakh were agricultural workers. Of which 96 lakh were agricultural workers. 2011 nearly 55% of women were involved in agriculture. 55% of women were involved in agriculture. Nearly 1/3, 35.3% of male population was involved in agriculture. Of people involved in agricultural activities. The workers involved in agricultural activities are landless laborers. The workers who do not have land. The workers involved in agricultural activities are landless laborers. The landholders do not have the same amount of land. The landowners do not have the same amount of land. Many have very little land and very few people hold large acres of land. According to 2015 and 16, there were 79 lakh 38 cultivators in Tamil Nadu. More people were engaged in as cultivators in Tamil Nadu, but after 5 years earlier, 81 lakh 18,000 cultivators. A reduction of 1 lakh 80,000 cultivators in these 5 years. The workers are reducing. State of Tamil Nadu had lost nearly 1 lakh 3,400 hectares on an average during these 5 years. See the proportion. Small farmers 60%, marginal farmers 19%, landless farmers 14%, large farmers 7%. The cultivators in Tamil Nadu. The cultivators in Tamil Nadu are micro farmers. The cultivators in Tamil Nadu are micro farmers. They cultivate in an area less than 1 hectare. They cultivate in an area less than 1 hectare. Micro farmers account to around 78% of total cultivators. They are around 78%. The area cultivated by these micro farmers is just 36%. How much percentage the area they take is 36%. Small farmers cultivating 1 to 2 hectares of land. They cultivate 1 to 2 hectares of land. Scheduled caste farmers are only 1% in Tamil Nadu. 96% of this 1% are small micro farmers. The total land area under agriculture is shrinking. Agricultural activities land is reducing, shrinking fast, not only in Tamil Nadu but also throughout India. The number of marginal farmers has increased in India. The farmers are started doing other occupations instead of agriculture. What is migrant labor? Migrant labor, who is a labor who comes from another state. Migrant labor is a labor who comes from another state to work. He is a landless labor who has no land. So he moves from one state to another. He takes any work and he is expected to get money from it. Types of land usage. Total geographical area of Tamil Nadu is 1 crore 30 lakhs and 33,000 hectares. 1 crore 30 lakh hectares land we have. 1/3 of the land is used for agriculture. 1/3 we are using it for agriculture. About 4% of total land is unusable. Fallow lands are 16%. Fallow means not a good land for agriculture. Barren land, grazing land, and cash crops occupy more than 5% of total land area. Tamil Nadu, 1000 hectares. This keeps on changing every year. Sufficient rains at proper period will increase this extent of land. Sufficient rains at proper period will increase their extent of land. See the rainfall distribution. Few areas high rainfall, few areas moderate. The other areas are very low areas where they receive very low rainfall. Failure or shortage in rainfall leads to reduction of land usage for cultivation. When rain fails, the land usage for cultivation has reduced. This land extent was 9 lakh hectare in the next year but has reduced to 6 lakh hectare due to lack of rainfall. Water resources for agriculture. There are no perennial rivers in Tamil Nadu. Perennial means throughout the year the water will be flowing. There are no perennial rivers in Tamil Nadu. See the non-perennial river which is found in Tamil Nadu. We have seasonal. Required water. Tamil Nadu receives the required water from southeast monsoon and northeast monsoon and southwest monsoon. Tamil Nadu receives water from northeast monsoon and southwest monsoon. High in the catchment areas of Kaveri river in Karnataka. Dams gets filled and in turn Kaveri river in Tamil Nadu gets water. Northeast monsoon occurs during October and December. The northeast monsoon rains are stored in reservoirs, lakes, ponds, canals, provide water for agriculture in Tamil Nadu. So water bodies like lakes, ponds and canals provide water for agriculture in Tamil Nadu. We store water in reservoirs, lakes, ponds and wells for cultivation, and we use it later for agriculture purpose in Tamil Nadu. The length of canals 9,750 kilometers, lakes 7,985, and bore wells 3,54,000, open wells 33,142, lakes. Borewells irrigate 4.93 lakh hectares and open wells provide water to 11.91 lakh hectares of land. So borewell is also irrigating 4.93 lakh hectares and open well also provides water for 11.91 lakh hectares of land. Agriculture in Tamil Nadu is dependent mostly on groundwater. Agriculture in Tamil Nadu depends upon groundwater. Use of groundwater for agriculture creates many hardships. It's very difficult to get water. The amount of water taken from the underground, the amount of water that goes into the underground during the rainy season are equal. The amount of water taken increases, the groundwater goes down, resulting in complete dryness. The amount of water we take increases. The amount of water we take increases, the groundwater goes downwards. At that time, dryness may occur. Union Groundwater Board. The Union Groundwater Board is constantly monitoring the level and nature of groundwater. In Tamil Nadu, agriculture depends upon groundwater. It's very urgent and necessary to regulate usage of groundwater. Very urgent and necessary to use. Very important for sustainable farming. Virtual water. Virtual water. The term virtual water was introduced by Tony Allen. The water consumed in the production process of an agricultural or industrial product is called virtual water. The water consumed means how much we use for producing agriculture or industrial product is called virtual water. It is a hidden flow of water. Hidden, you cannot see the water. It is a hidden flow of water when food or other commodities are traded from one place to another. If 1 metric ton of wheat is exported to another country, it means 1340 cubic meters of water used to cultivate this amount of wheat is also being exported. India is the largest global freshwater user. India has been the 5th largest exporter of virtual water in the world. How much we produce, for that how much we consume water, that is called virtual water. Irrigation and crop types. All cultivated crops are classified as food crops and non-food crops. What are they? Food crops: rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, sugarcane. Cash crops, non-food crops: tobacco, groundnut, cotton, chilies, oilseeds. 59% of food crops and 50% of non-food crops were irrigated in Tamil Nadu. Cultivation is carried out at large scale. Paddy cultivation is carried out in large scale of 30% cultivated land area. 30% cultivated land area. In a very low percentage of area. Through different water sources for irrigation. Through wells we cultivate, through canal water we cultivate, through lakes also we cultivate. Percentage of wells is 62, canals is 24, lakes 14%. The area cultivable land changes every year as many factors such as rainfall, availability of water, weather and market prices. Sorghum means cholam. They cultivate 7%. Millets 1% and ragi in 1.7%. Micro irrigation. Micro irrigation technology is a very good measure to tackle shortage in irrigational water. This technology helps to have higher yield when compared to traditional irrigation methods. Required amount of water is supplied at regular intervals. Very less water or required water is supplied. Regular intervals means during the need of the plant. Increases the ability of water usage. Reduction of labor expenses. As the fertilizer is distributed through water, it increases the usage of fertilizer and the yield. Tamil Nadu gets insufficient rainfall. The government has taken many measures to implement micro irrigation for proper distribution of water to crops that require more water. The crops which require more water needs more irrigational facilities. The crops which need less water needs less. What are the types of irrigation? Drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, forging irrigation system, bubbler irrigation system. How the water is supplied to the plants. Different methods they adopt. Decadal growth in agricultural production. The total quantity of food grains produced in Tamil Nadu in the year 2014 and 15 was 27 lakh 1 crore 27 lakh 35,000 tons. Paddy 80 lakhs tons. Maize 20%, corn 7%, ragi 3%, black gram 3%. Yield of productive crops. The amount of production depends not only on the area but also on the productivity of crops. Production capacity of paddy in Tamil Nadu was 4,429 kilo per hectare in 2014 and 15. In 2010 and 11, the production has not at all increased. Next to paddy, maize stands second in the production. Next to paddy, maize stands second in the production. Corn, then rye. Rye means kambu. Ragi were produced during the same period. Black gram, one of the largest cultivated pulses. Black gram is the largest cultivated pulses. Production of sugarcane and groundnut were 107 tons per hectare respectively. The productivity of crops continues to increase. In the year 1965 to 66 was 1,409 kilo. Then the next 10 years, 75 to 76 is 2,372. And 2,029 kilos from 65 to 66, 75 to 76 and 85 to 86. A steady increase in the productivity of crops. The past 50 years, the productivity of paddy has increased more than 3 times. Productivity of paddy has increased more than 3 times. The food grain production capacity has increased about 3.5 times between 65 and 66 and 2014 and 15. This we come to the end of the session. Thank you.